It always comes to this. Hello there guys, back into another tattoo progress update today. Where I last left off, I showed off the recent second pass of the red nebula by Fusion on my forehead. It was done over Panthera Black, which was done twice, so I bring that up and will continue to bring that up because a lot of people assume that if you've had a Panthera blackout, it's harder to cover than a dynamic blackout or some other blackout, or black in general. I shouldn't say just blackout. This counts for all black. No, you can cover that as well, and it's no problem. And that was a fairly recently done black as well. So if you had a more settled Panthera black, it would take effortlessly, just like anything else. It's partially peeled. Most of the I forgot to mention last time we did an outline around the red. Last time we left that just in the negative of the prior black, but coming in and around the red that we added with a sharp black outline makes everything look a little bit more distinct and defined. And so it was my intention to kind of give it a better frame there. Down the road, I could see obviously doing another pass of the red to brighten it up a bit, to get it to be more like this long term, as this is going to probably fade back a bit yet. And then also coming in for another pass of the opaque again in there to make the whiter look of it a little bit more distinct as well. We also did the spider webs here on my right hand, and they haven't peeled yet. Obviously, hand tattoos take a little bit longer to heal in general, especially for mine where they've been done so many times, and this hand has quite a bit of scar tissue in it. The tissue is fairly dry, and so it holds onto that top surface a little bit longer, but I think this is going to be what it takes to get that spider web a little bit more defined. Obviously, there'll be some places that'll be a little bit weaker to the sides and over the knuckles. More in particular will be more fuzzy than the lines in other places, but I think they'll be a lot sharper than they were last time. I completely forgot to mention in the last update that we had done the yellow on black, or yellow on color on black, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know how many layers. For the second time on the spider eyes. We just did the yellow. We didn't need to do the black or the red again. It's about as black and red as we would want. These are mostly peeled, as I'm feeling them. They're a little dry. But rather than the prior kind of orangey outline that they had when mixed with all the other shit in there, they're more yellow than they were last time. So I think 2 passes is going to be enough with that. But 3 passes is kind of my last resort with it. If I want them to be more yellow than that, I can still go to another pass, but I think they're pretty good as they are, and they're really there just to put emphasis on the black and keep the spider eyes themselves kind of separate from the purpley blue and whatever else background there. So even if they're not completely yellow, they're really just there to do as a highlight anyway, so I'm pretty happy with how that's looking. So yeah, not going to be having a session with Terry this week. This is our Christmas break here at the shop. I'm not actually in with Terry now for, I think it's like close to 3 weeks, honestly. Because the first week back, I don't think he tattooed me. And then I think it's the following week when we get back. So I think it's like January 11th or something. Here we are at the shop. It's the 23rd. So I guess it's 2.5 weeks roughly. But that's not that big a deal because realistically, Terry and I are going to be slowing down anyway. Most of my projects with him are starting to taper off. There are still some things to do, but it's going to be fairly light work compared to last year with him. with that said, I have a session coming up with my wife here this week at some point. It may be my next session, I'm not sure, but I'll get into that. It just depends on what day we want to do it, really. We have the entire week off here, and so any day after Christmas, but probably not Boxing Day. And we do want to relax a little bit on time off. I don't really do a whole lot of relaxing. Even when I'm not at work, I'm generally working on something. Here we are today. I had the day off. This is how I spent my day off. I've been here since 8 in the morning. It's now 5, and I started the day making my year-end wrap-up for 2024, and here I am again at the end of a tattoo session with Rick, making another vlog. And then I don't plan on coming to the shop for a few days, and that's rare for me. I usually pretty well live here. Even on my days off, I come in and check on the place and make sure there are no cancellations and nothing needs to be rebooked, or I like to try and respond to emails and stuff like this. Early on in my tenure as the manager here, I wanted to have the email on my phone, but I understand now the reasons why that's not a good idea is because with my own social media, I'm never off, and it would be even worse if I was always doing the shop books. Even when I'm at home, I would probably never really be at peace of any kind. I'm always tooling away on something. So, and especially when you add in working out to the mix, and being a father and a husband, and Christmas is a busy time of the year anyway. I don't think that there's any way I could be doing work and Christmas festivities at the same time without something falling down. So with that said, it is a great segue. I purposely had planned to do my hand today with Rick, and obviously I did my hand with Terry here the last session, because I'm kind of trying to make sure that I do take some time off and take some rest, because I typically like to baby my hands a little bit when I have them tattooed. Now, I haven't been needing to the last couple times I've done them. This is, I think I've had around 12 or 13 sessions on my hands this year now, and they've been healing really easily, and haven't been swelling much. So I haven't had to take too many days off workout. I don't typically, even when I get tattooed the day of, I tend to work out the morning beforehand, and then the next day I usually work out like a light workout in the afternoon. So I don't really typically take rest days anymore, and if anything, I want to be working out harder and more than less. So but with having this time off, I purposely wanted to give myself some kind of a reason not to work out. So I had asked Rick to do my hand, if not this time, then next week, because I wanted to give everything a good rest, and not work out too much over Christmas, and really try and actually relax for a change. That's part of why I did the vlog this morning and the vlog again now, because I really don't want to have to come back down here and make another fucking but I mean, realistically, the likelihood is that I'm not going to let myself relax too much. With that said, Rick and I worked on this for actually quite a while today, believe it or not, and he started doing some of the red, but my skin was getting pretty tough. He started out moving pretty slow. My skin was pretty dry. It's winter, and hands are dry to begin with. My hand was not taking ink amazingly well at first, but some of it appears to be in there better than last time. But again, I said that last time, so we're just going to have to see how it goes. And like I said, I'm going to try and give this really special treatment and take it easy and see if that makes a difference. I won't be working at work. I won't be using my hands, but I don't have a really physical job anymore anyway, so it doesn't make much of a difference. But next week, we're going to be continuing to do the second pass on all the red down here that has only been done once. You can see as you go up the arm, this red has been done more than once, and it's held up way better than this red. And so it scales with effort and the amount of passes that you put into it. Even then, the tentacles are not, even if they stay as they are, or fairly well, they won't stay perfectly as they are. They were not finished entirely today. and some of the little details will need to be gone back into. But hopefully we have a better result after it's healed this time. The hand has long since been the worst part of the entire sleeve. It's been that way for a while. The top parts of it are basically as good as they need to be, and then as you go down onto the hand, it's in big need of a lot of love. So a lot of the bulk of the work that needs to be done still on the sleeve is further down now, and looking forward to just kind of, you know, getting after it. Once we get this whole thing bordered with a brighter red, it'll make a big difference. So I'd like to spend a few sessions working on that over the next couple months. So obviously you can't keep hitting the same tissue week after week, but I think if it were possible, that's what I would be doing right now, is just working on the hand as many times as needed to get some of these smaller details in there clearer. But yeah, I don't know. It was also a thing, like, I didn't really want to get tattooed today. Sometimes I don't. People out there probably gonna have a hard time hearing that. They probably don't believe it or whatever. Yeah, Remy, you're an addict. You need this. You love it. You get off on it, whatever the fuck the thing is. But I kind of just wanted to take the day off today. I actually had to be in the shop this morning for other reasons too. There was one artist was doing their final tattoo of the year on a family friend, and so I was going to be in here to open up and stuff anyway, so it didn't really make a difference for me. I consider tomorrow to be my first official day off, and it's Christmas Eve. So Ephemeral Jenny, Sarah and I are just going to be watching Christmas movies and, you know, trying to take it easy around the house tomorrow. And then we've got a Christmas Eve dinner, and then Christmas morning the following day. We get up very early and do our own, and then we go to Sarah's parents' house for Christmas, and then Christmas afternoon at my parents', and then we got another Christmas in the evening with extended family, and then fucking Boxing Day is a whole thing. So it's a whole thing. Like, I love Christmas. I look forward to it every year, but by the time it's over, I'm ready for it, usually. And then you gotta take down all the fucking decorations and all that shit, so. But it is what it is. So yeah, I'm not sure whether the next video will be in regards to my session with my wife here, somewhere on my leg. I have no idea what I'm getting. I'm a control freak, so it kind of makes me a little antsy. Although that's kind of the fun of it too, is letting her decide. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a gag tattoo, like a funny one, or if it's going to be a serious one, or what she's got planned. But I gave her almost full creative control, so it'll be interesting to see what she comes up with. And again, I have a lot of input on anything that goes on me typically, so it'll be fun to do something a little bit spontaneous. Again, that's kind of what I want to use my legs for, is a little bit less rigid, planned out, and thematic behavior. Not to say there won't be some kind of background that brings it all together, but it's going to be a lot more kind of whimsical in nature, and I'm ready for that kind of. I enjoyed doing the one Nosferatu on my leg already, and even though it's not finished, it felt good to just do something that could mostly be finished in a session, and then just need a second pass, which is always faster. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for the day. Just most of the hand tentacles done again, and then more work to do. I'll be talking to you guys here again soon. Have a great day.